Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with Billy Bainbridge and Elliot.
Our most controversial chat ever.
Yeah.
Exposing the dark secrets of the NRL underbelly.
The underworld of the NRL.
Underworld.
Or the Manly Seagulls.
Probably where we belong, to be fair.
Probably.
Ken Mamala.
Whatever, mate. But yeah, we left you guys on sort of a cliffhanger last episode.
We did? I can't remember.
Me neither.
We were talking about just the career and stuff. But then you sort of wanted to talk as well about things that your dad made you hate in regards to footy and things you ever loved.
Yeah.
In that would come up.
Parental, like, too much. Just a less.
Made me hate a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, just because it was so, like, what I think about a lot is, like, you know, you see, like, these boys when they get interviewed and they're like, oh, pressure, like, playing sport. There's none of it. It's like, what about, like, the single mum looking after all her kids, you know? That's pressure.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off, mate. Like, when you're 12 years old and you've got someone, like, stuck into you every single day telling you your shit, and then you have to get on the footy field and fucking play good. Like, that's pressure.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. And, like, it wasn't just that. Like, I would come home from training, and, like, all our games were recorded.
Yeah.
And, like, they were just given to us just to watch, just so we could watch our own games. But he would be like, I would have to give them to him. I would never watch the games. And then he...
Oh, you would make you...
I'd hate watching myself play.
I fuck with that. I don't even watch these.
No.
Like, after I record it.
I'm too scared.
I won't be watching this.
I click through them just to make sure the audio's fine and like how it looks. But but I know what you mean. I'd hate to watch myself play.
Yeah. I'd hate to watch this.
Because I'm shit.
Myself.
But
no, you're not.
Yeah, not because no, I meant a footy.
You're viral. Oh yeah. Nah, not the podcast.
No, mate, top of the heap.
Yeah.
Top of the heap.
But yeah, what was I saying?
Stuff he made you hate as well.
Yeah. So like, I would come home like from training, he'd be watching the games, and then he'd just be like, oh, you know, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, blah, blah, blah. I'd like wake up in the middle of the night, go take a piss, and like at like fucking 2 a.m, I could hear the games on the TV, and I'd just be like, fucking hell, so I'm gonna have to wake up and cop this shit. And then like, just that shit all the time, constant. It was just too much.
That like take you into like a bit of a depression, but like...
Nah, not depression, just anxious.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
I was so worried about everything. And then like it just started picking on like little things all the time. Like people I'd be hanging out with would be like, your mates are losers. And like I'd just be like fucking, just little things. I'd be like, just like walking. He'd just be like, why are you walking like that? Why are you talking like this? Why are you hanging out with these people? I'm like, what the fuck can I do? So I just like anxious
constantly
all the fucking
on edge.
time. Yeah. Always on edge. And then then it affected my game big time. Like I never wanted to run the ball. I never wanted, because I was so scared of like making an error, dropping the ball.
And then copping it when you get home.
Yeah, too right. And then like all my tackles, like I would never like run out of the line and try and whack someone in case I missed the tackle.
Yeah.
So my tackling technique was good, but it was just like I was never hurting anyone. I was never like making an impact.
Yeah, okay.
Just because I just never wanted to make a mistake.
Yeah, for
and that was just like my biggest fear.
Was that even like a training and stuff as well, or was training a little bit less?
No, training was better. I loved training.
Yeah.
I felt like there was no pressure in
training. No pressure. You could just you can make mistakes. And shit. No, that's fair.
No, not even. Some coaches are so strict at training. It's like you make a mistake. They're like, oh boys, you do another one. You know, you gotta fucking run laps, get punched for it. I'm like, mate, like that should not be your approach. Training's like where you make mistakes.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like you should just be chill about it. It's like, you know, mistakes are gonna happen. They're gonna fucking happen in a game.
Yeah.
This is where you should be trying things and making more mistakes.
Yeah, and it gives people confidence as well. So it's like, I mean, I love training, but like I also like felt a bit of pressure in making mistakes at training.
Yeah.
And then that would affect my game on the field. So I'd be like, you know, if I make a mistake at training, I'm like definitely gonna make it on the field.
Was there anyone around who like you could talk to about like the feeling of? I can imagine it wouldn't be, but.
No one.
But like even like who was like a really good person, like not so much for this stuff, but like someone in your team who was just like a boyer of boys, like they were just like just a good person to have around and made feel comfortable and welcoming.
No one really. Not when it was like first grade, there was like no one really. But when like in the junior ages, there was like loads of mates. We were good.
It was good crew coming through.
We were a good crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I loved training, mate. I used to finish school. Straight after school, would like go straight to training, be at training like 2 hours early because I didn't want to go home and like cop abuse. So I'd be at training early, and then I'd like stay at training late just because I never wanted to go home.
Yeah,
I just like loved being around the boys.
That's a lot of pressure though for a young kid.
Yeah, it was shit.
Yeah.
And then like at school as well, like I never like got stuck in at school because like the old man again would tell me, he's like, oh, you're stupid, mate. You're never going to get anything from school. It's like you need to put all your time into footy. Yeah.
Sounds like he wanted to live his life through you.
Yeah. People say that. And then Like, and then when it came to like choosing electives as well, there was like subjects I wanted to do that like after school.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can't do that because
Footy.
you know, you can't go to training if you miss. I was like, I'll be like 20 minutes late to training, doesn't matter. He's like, no, you can't do it. So I pick all these shitty subjects I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
So then like school from like year 10 to the end was just fuck around.
Yeah.
Like I did fuck all because I was doing shit I don't care about.
Yeah. Would you like say like your biggest advice to like, you know, as I said, we're top of the heap. So we have a lot of young fans as well. A lot of young footy
Quite
fans as well.
influential
What would be like
podcasts.
what would be like your number one advice to like
Someone in your
a
shoes.
kid coming through who maybe like has a lot of pressure on them?
Yeah.
Would be like your advice?
If you can, just stand up for yourself and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, people are telling you to do one thing, but you know that something else might be better for you.
Yeah.
Like, do that. Don't just prioritise everything into footy.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's no...
There's
like,
a life after.
There's a life after, and you
Yeah.
might not even make it to that level.
Yeah.
So you gotta have other things around you, otherwise, because if that falls through,
Yeah.
then you're fucked. You've got nothing.
Yeah. I agree. Like, and there's nothing wrong with putting all your eggs in one basket, but just make sure...
If you want it, if you really want it.
If that's a
but
ball,
I
yeah.
knew I didn't want it,
Yeah, okay.
but there was no way of getting out of it
Yeah.
until like injuries and my contract was up, and then I had an excuse to get out.
What was the worst injury?
The last one,
Cracked my
was it?
sternum.
Oh!
And
Yeah.
tell us
when
the
I was
fuck.
when I was like 16 as well, and it never really healed. So it was always flaring up until I was like 20.
That's fucked. That's
Yeah,
like
it
the
was
hardest one
fucked.
to do.
At training as well.
How'd you do it? You got tackled?
We were just doing tackling drill with pads, and I was like holding a pad, and I don't know, maybe I just didn't like brace myself enough, and this bloke came into me and was like whack, and as soon as it happened, I was like couldn't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
It was painful, but I kept training. We were doing like fitness drills afterwards, like getting down on the ground, getting up, and like sprinting, and like everything was super painful.
Yeah.
And then after that, like mate, I was like coming home and I was stiff as I couldn't fucking sleep for days.
Yeah.
And then like no one ever like told like they like never really got like a true assessment of what the injury was.
Right.
And then it would just like heal up, and then when it would feel better, I'd play, and I'd play a few games,
And
get hit hard enough, it would flare up again, and I'd be out for another 6 weeks, and that was just continuous for like the next 4 years.
Fuck.
And was that the thing that sort of ended it all?
Yeah. Well, because I wanted it to end it. Like
Yeah,
that was,
but it was like
that
an
was my way
excuse. It was
out.
also
Yeah.
like an excuse.
Yeah.
Well, not an excuse, but also like another thing that you could use.
Yeah.
To be like.
Yeah. And yeah, sometimes like and they like wouldn't look after me like with my injuries. I'd just like go into physio, get a little massage, and they'd be like, right, you're
Well,
good to go.
that's what their whole argument's about at the moment, where the
Mm.
players want that extensive healthcare and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I can imagine, so they just didn't look after you really.
Nah, and also one time I like hit my shoulder, and then it was like fucking sore, and I was like, they're just like, oh yeah, you've just like sprained your bicep tendon or whatever. I was like, all right. So I had like 2 weeks off, and then I played again, and then I fucking tackled, and it just felt like my arm just like lit up, it was on fire.
Fuck.
And then I was like, thought I'd just have like another like 2 weeks off, and it just wasn't healing, it wasn't getting better. And I was like, why is this taking so long? Like when I was doing rehab, and they're like, oh, it's because you've split your bicep tendon. There's like a massive split in there.
Oh, heavy.
I was like, why the fuck did you not tell me that 2 weeks ago when it first happened? And that way, like, I wouldn't have played.
Yeah.
And then and then I was out for like 8 weeks after that. So like, if they told me at the start, I never would have played. And then
Yeah.
that just kept happening. Like I would get better, go on the field, get another injury, be out for another 6 weeks, and I was just like, fuck this.
Because is it just because they didn't take care of the younger guys? Do you reckon?
I don't know if it's just me or like everyone, but yeah.
I can imagine it'd be everyone.
Yeah.
Just churn and burn because there's so many other people wanting to come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then at training, when you're injured, you got to train in a pink bib, meaning like you're injured, so
Low
no
impact.
contact on
Yeah.
them. And then like every time I would put that on, the boys like, Billy's fucking injured again. Like look at this soft cock. And I'd be like, fuck, you boys are so quick to forget that like I trained every single minute of every single session
Yeah.
pre-season. Like now I've got injuries, and you got this pressure from them saying like, oh, you're always injured, and I'll be like, well, fuck it. Like as soon as I felt slightly bit better, I would just play
Yeah.
and then get injured again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I was like, there's no way to show them that like. Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know
like-
where I'm going with that.
People like always say that like at the end of the season, like I listened to bloke in a bar,
Mm.
and he was saying that how like at the end of the year, like people like players are getting like 5 like surgeries.
Yeah,
Like Andrew Fafita when he retired
yeah,
was like had to get new teeth, had to get new shoulder, new knee, like new hip and stuff. But like those people are taken care of.
yeah,
You know what I mean? 'Cause they're like bigger names.
yeah.
So
I mean, they did take care of me once. I fucking I like broke my nose pretty bad. It was like halfway across my face for like a few years. And I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And I was like 1 year. I was like, I can't fucking breathe. Like, they're like, oh, do you want surgery? And I was like, yeah, right. So you got a fucking nose job, mate. Got plastic surgery. Got it all paid for. So that's
not
probably
bad. One of the perks.
that's probably
That's
the
one of the
highlight
perks.
of my career.
Yeah. Did they like really say anything when you left?
No.
They were
Not
just
at
like,
all.
oh, whatever. Did
Yeah.
you tell them? Or you just like, did they offer
Well,
you another contract?
Nah.
Okay.
And then like my manager was like, oh, like we can look in England, we can look elsewhere. But like he wasn't that thorough. He was just like, I know he didn't look hard.
Oh, so you had a manager?
You have to have a manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was a dud. He didn't do much. I
Yeah,
think-
okay.
I would speak to him, but he was just going with the flow. Like he wasn't really like.
Wasn't proactive.
Nah,
Yeah.
not really. Just didn't motivate me. So I was like, he's like, oh, nothing's really come up. I was like, fuck it, then don't worry.
Did you consider England?
I did.
Was that just more so you could travel?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yeah.
fair.
Just get away. But then I
Yeah.
was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, imagine
I was
living in the fucking Manchester
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole year, fucking
But
freezing.
it wasn't even that. It's just like I don't like footy.
Yeah,
I don't
literally just don't like footy.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
like.
And then, how was your dad when you finished?
Don't know. Calm. Probably like more disappointed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't really say much. I can't really remember that period after footy.
I get,
Like what happened.
surely when you got older, like maybe did he like, or is still the same intensity for the entire time? Or did it get to a stage where because you were older, you could kind of stand up for yourself more?
Oh,
Or you just, is that when you
not
moved out?
really.
as
I
well?
just kind of took. Yeah. I had to move out because I was just like copping it. So I was
Yeah.
like, fuck this. I need to get out of here.
Yeah, fuck me.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I'll tell you this one story. Like I had, when you like talk about there was like any boys in the team that were like you could talk to and stuff. There wasn't really. But I had like with my first girlfriend got together when we were 17. I was like, yeah, she was great. She was so calming. Like for me, I
Yeah.
always felt like she was like a good escape away from footy and everything.
Yeah,
I always felt
100%.
great around her. And then like as soon as I started dating her, he's like, you can't have a girlfriend. She's gonna make you soft. She's gonna make you all soppy. It's gonna affect your footy game. I was like, what do you fucking know?
Yeah.
And then like he heard this story of one of the boys once brought a girl around to his parents' home, and when he was in the shower, his dad like went up to the girl and was like, "You need to get the fuck out of here." He's like, "You're gonna ruin my son's footy career."
In the team?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, one of the older boys.
Yeah.
apparently. And then like my dad caught wind of that story, and then he took that like fucking personally, and then he like said that to me every day, and then he would just like treat my girlfriend like shit. It made me despise her, made me hate her, because like I thought he was right. Like I was young.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, she is
right.
making me soft. She's making me this.
Yeah.
So I treated her like shit for years. I don't know how she stuck around for so long. But yeah.
Young love.
Mm,
Young love.
yeah, young love.
Or maybe she thought she wanted the paycheck. No, I'm joking.
What paycheck, mate? I couldn't even pay for a fucking coffee.
Yeah, that would fucking
Fuck.
suck.
Yeah.
Right. Was it? Yeah, I can't believe that you don't get paid. So like, not even a minimum. Were you on minimum a year or nothing?
Oh, I was on like a 20s contract of like fucking 20 grand.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
It's paying bad when you're a kid.
yeah,
And,
but when it's your full-time job,
And it's just
That's-
tiny.
yeah,
that's
but that
fucked.
was only for a year. Like, there's
Yeah.
a sacrifice I could take.
but like some people when they're like under 20s, like they don't have any backup or like don't live at home or have moved
Yeah.
away from home. Imagine trying to live out of home like for 20k.
yeah,
like-
wouldn't be easy.
No.
Wouldn't be easy.
Some people go through like a quarter of that on a weekend. Like
I was. I was.
Yeah.
And you think you're the man, and you go out and you just like
Yeah, like
fucking
footy.
pay for everything.
yeah, what are the
Yeah.
egos like?
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Mate, my ego was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I like mistook my ego for confidence.
Yeah.
And like I thought I was like a confident bloke, but nah, it was all ego,
Ego,
all
yeah.
ego. And then as soon as footy finishes, your ego is gone.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like as soon as that was stripped, I was like, that's when I like realized, had like a big realization of like, fuck me, I was a cunt.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
young
right.
though. I think
Yeah.
the part is that like, yeah, as you were saying, like the guys who are like, and I'm not saying all of them do this, but like maybe the guys who are like, like 30s and stuff, especially you got partners and kids.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, but like when you're 19 to like, I don't know, 23, 20, like I don't think anyone would really hold accountable. You
No.
feel shit about it, but
Yeah.
all made fucking mistakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like the older guys, like I could, it should be like,
Yeah, I'm glad I got out of it like when I was early to realise how
Yeah.
much of a dick I was.
yeah, okay.
So yeah, I'm glad I've had that realisation.
What was like? Did you ever go like nights out in Mantown?
Yeah.
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 What was that like?
Oh mate, it's
You would've
like
felt like
cringe to
kings.
look. Yeah, I know, but like it's so cringe to look at now. It's like you go to like the fucking Ivanhoe, which is a dud place,
Yeah.
and then you go there with like.
Glad you didn't say the stain. Or
Yeah.
else, or
I know
else,
you like that.
or
so I
else,
didn't say
or
it.
our sponsorships would have been out the window.
It's like a dud place. You like go there.
They're
you go
always there.
always there,
Yeah.
and these boys are like 30 years old, walking around the place like they're kings. I'm like, why are you here? This is fucking kids club, mate.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, fucking Ivanhoe, I'm not, man.
I'm not going to say who it was, but I remember one of them there I saw once. It was on like the dance, and I was young. I would have been like 18, 19. And he was on the dance floor with his shirt above the thing, like whipping his shirt around.
Was it me?
No, it wasn't you. And then I was just like, fuck. And like, me is like that age, I'm like, holy shit, it's such and such,
Yeah.
like, hectic. And now looking at it like, holy fuck, if I did that, I'd get punched. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like a footy player.
Yeah.
And I don't have a good body. So,
Not yet,
really,
mate.
not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Six pack year.
2023.
Six pack year.
Your year. Alex,
Six
your
pack year. That's the year of the whip. 224 is my year.
Facts.
My year.
So, have you really liked your life after footy a lot more?
Yeah, I have. So after footy, I don't know, I moved out of home, and then
Been travelling a lot as well.
yeah,
Where
went
have you
Getting a girlfriend under the Taj Mahal.
yeah, I told you that.
Really?
Atlantic, yeah,
What the fuck?
beautiful.
He was
Yeah.
travelling India by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to
Is she,
India.
is she Australian?
Nah, she's English.
She's English, okay.
Yeah, she's posh.
You really? Mm.
Hey?
We can forgive her for being English. We can forgive her.
Billy's English too.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you?
I'm English, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Turn the cameras off.
But nah, like even before that, I did like a massive trip for like 8-9 months around Europe and then Vietnam, then a little bit of America after that. And then lockdown hit and I was like, fucking can't do anything.
Oh, that was such a shit time.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we were saying
No,
last week.
you last week you said you loved it.
Last week it was good because I wasn't spending money. But
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
Yeah.
now,
No,
like,
I was like, as it was happening, I was like, fuck, this is alright. Like,
Yeah.
Lockdown's not bad,
and
man.
then I got like 3 months in.
Yeah, and then it's like, fuck, I kind of would like to go outside.
So you've travelled a lot of places. Like people always ask, "Where's your favourite place you've been? Where's your least favourite? Where would you
Yeah,
never
that's
go
what I
back?
always ask.
Yeah,
Least
where would you
favourite.
never go back to?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Right.
I've heard, so a lot of people. Yeah, Brook Valley.
probably Thailand.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? I've
I
heard
thought
people.
Thailand was,
Yeah.
that's like on my
I got a mate
list.
there at the moment.
No,
Right.
well, I don't know. Like, I wasn't there for long. I don't know. I just find it a bit tacky now.
I found a lot of people that I've spoken to really didn't like France.
France.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that as
I
well.
mean, there's
Yeah.
just like scammy, slimy fucking dicks everywhere.
Yeah.
Just trying to like just rip you off. and
Heard
shit.
it's like
I'm
Paris
how
is
can
a
they
bit
get
of
away
a
with this?
shithole and like they're quite. Like I've heard Paris is just like terrible.
Yeah.
You have to
there's
go
just
to.
scammers everywhere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there's cops everywhere as well. I'm like, this shit's happening right in front of your eyes. Like, why can't you do anything about
Yeah.
this?
What about your favourite?
Morocco.
You been to Morocco?
Yeah.
That's hectic. Why'd you like it?
Just because I had no expectations of the place.
I feel like that'd be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go to somewhere with high expectations, you're usually going to be disappointed.
Yeah, right.
So like, but the thing is, like, I wasn't expecting to go there. So I was in Portugal, and I was like, oh, I'm a bit lost. And I was like, telling my family, like, oh, why don't you just fly to Morocco? Like, it's
Yeah.
just a short flight. And I was like, yeah, right. Booked a flight, went there the next day, and I ended up staying there for like a month.
Oh, 'cause
And
you
it was
loved
just-
it so much.
Yeah, and it was just like everything like I did not expect. It was sick. The country changes so much everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a
right.
different country every state you go to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
madness. It's so much fun. The food's incredible. The people are so nice.
Yeah.
And just it was awesome. I didn't want to leave, but like I was meeting the ex in France.
Okay.
So I was like, and that's like I was like pissed off that I had.
Yeah.
we ended up breaking up on that trip.
Oh, hectic.
In
Yeah.
France.
Nah, in London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny
By the
break
Big
up.
Ben.
Nah, not by the Big Ben, actually, at the train station.
Big Ben. You're an idiot. Yeah, that's fun. Well, where was your least favourite place in Europe?
I don't know. I liked it all.
Of course, but like, okay, where would you be like, I don't need to come back here? Like it was, I've seen it. Because I want to go next year. He's going next year.
I feel like it'd be a lot of the places you'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Not going back though.
Well,
I don't know, just cities. I don't know, I find like cities get a bit repetitive.
yeah, okay.
I don't know, growing up on the beaches, it's like I love the coast, I love natural landscapes.
Yeah.
So it's like man-made things are obviously beautiful, but I feel like they get a bit repetitive.
Yeah, of
So
course.
if you can get out of the cities, like see the countryside, things like that, you'll never be disappointed.
What are Australians like compared to like people overseas? Like, are we all dimwits or are we nice people?
Nah, I'm going to be biased. Like I love Aussies.
Yeah.
I think we're great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people can be fucking dull.
Well, yeah.
Europeans can be dull.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, I mean, depends where you live, but fuck, if it rained 18 hours a day,
Yeah.
like in London and shit, I wouldn't be a good person either.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe because like English isn't their first language. The thing I find so common in Europe is when you ask people how they are. It's like, you know, if you ask an Aussie, like, oh, how you going? You're like, yeah, I'm good, mate. How are
Living
you?
the dream.
It's always so positive.
Yeah, yeah.
You ask Europeans, oh, hey, how you going? They say, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then they go, and you?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it was good.
Did you go to Russia?
Would I?
Did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Stayed clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
And I would go to Russia for sure.
Yeah.
I'd go
I'd go
anywhere.
to, maybe, I'd go, not now.
Yeah, not now.
I'd go. I'd definitely go.
Yeah, I'd literally go anywhere, mate, just to experience it.
Yeah. So how many countries did you visit?
Oh, mate, I don't know. Just got on the bus and fucking just travelled as far as I could.
Were you by yourself the whole time?
I was by myself for 3 months and then I was with my ex for the rest of it.
Right.
Until we broke up
Yeah.
in London and then I went to Vietnam by myself for a month.
I want to go to Vietnam.
You wouldn't or would?
Would.
Yeah,
I'd
you
like
should.
to go.
Yeah, I want to go.
I've been
yeah.
there twice. I love that
Yeah.
place.
I want to do that bike loop you did.
Yeah, you
We were
should.
talking about
Just
it.
don't wear any American flags.
Nah.
Have you seen that Top Gear episode?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That was like the punishment.
That was, yeah, the punishment. They fucking hate Americans.
Yeah?
Yeah, because of the war.
Yeah, of
They
course.
hate them. It's like half the world. They
Yeah.
hate Americans. And then so you met at the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, I mean, say out the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal was in the distance.
Hey, I'm a sucker for love. So
Oh yeah, mate, strap in, boys.
Strap
All
in,
right.
strap in.
Dribble
We
it
got
up.
time, we
Dribble it
got
up
time.
as much as you want.
So I was in India and I went there by myself, met this Scottish bloke, and he's like,
So
oh,
before you continue, how many times did you shit yourself?
once.
Okay.
I had one day, I'll get to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I met this bloke, he's like, what's your plan? And I was like, got no plan, what's your plan? He's like, got no plan. I was like, right, let's just go travel,
Yeah.
see what we do. We were just travelling around, travelled up north. We met this girl in one of the cities. And and then, but when, no.
Oh,
it's
different
not-
girl.
different girl. But we were like sitting on the rooftop of some hostel,
Yeah.
and she came over. She's like, "Oh, hi, can I sit with you guys?" And she's like,
Is
and
this-
we're like, "Yeah, right. No, this ain't Millie." And then she sat down, and like, mate, over in India, I was a fucking superstar. All the boys wanted photos, and they were all like coming over and giving me handshakes and stuff. And everyone else was like, "No, mate, like not today." I was like, "Embrace it." I was like, "Embrace it." I was like,
you mean like all the Indian locals?
"Yeah, all the Indian locals." I was like, "Fucking, if I can make your day, like, then I will."
Yeah.
I was like, "Come get a photo."
Yeah.
So then, like, so we were sitting on the rooftop, and then like she came and joined, and then these boys like calling out to me like, "Hey, come sit with us, come sit with us." And I was like, "I can't." Like this girl's just sat down, and I was like, "Oh fuck it, I will." So I went and sat with them. They're like, "You want a whiskey?" I was like, "Yeah, right, have a whiskey." And he put an ice cube in it. I didn't even realise.
Oh fuck.
And they were annoying. And then like one of the boys was getting like quite sexual. I was like, "What's this bloke's deal?" And he's like telling me about girls he gets with, but then he tells me he's bisexual, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
And he started getting a bit touchy feely. I was like, "Finish
Well,
the
time to
drink,
leave.
finish the drink."
Is this an Indian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Indian bloke. And then I was like, "Finish the drink, go into bed."
Yeah.
And then, but the girl who sat with us was like traveling around India, so we got her number, and we're like, "Oh, we'll meet up with you later."
Yeah.
So I went to bed that night, woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like sweating, and I was like, "Oh no, what's going on?" Like there's people in the room asleep, the toilet's right next to all the beds.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh fuck, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening." So I was trying to be quiet, and there's like these people right next to the toilet. It's like you go to the toilet, you're trying to be quiet, and then it's like, nah.
Yeah,
It's
just let it go.
unloads, both ends, same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
vomiting
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I got barley. I mean, I reckon Delhi belly do. I got barley belly on the plane home.
Oh no.
It was
On
alright.
the plane.
It was fucked.
Plane's
dude.
horrible.
It was fucked. But at least I didn't get it on the trip. But I kind of wish would rather have got it on the last day.
Nah, it's
Then when
shit
I-
on the trip. Was when on the trip you're just like, fuck this, I'm booking my ticket home. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, but I had in my head that I was already going home.
Yeah.
Like so, but I was on the plane, like the overnight one, and I was just like coiled up in the fucking toilet.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
shit.
from the front end.
Oh, well, that's lucky.
Yeah.
Same end, same time.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh.
but yeah, and then like, but the day before we booked a train to leave, so we were leaving the next day, and then so we got up that morning. I was feeling like shit,
Yeah.
and then it was like we went to the train station. We're like, oh, we're here to get our train. We're like, we couldn't see it on the board, so we like went to the help desk, and they're like, oh, your train's already left. It was like it left at midnight, and we thought it was midday.
Yeah.
Well, I did. It's my
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. Whoops.
And then, but they're like,
Just
but
an
there
important
is a
detail.
train,
Yeah.
there is a train leaving in 2 hours going to the same spot, but there's only tickets left in like the lowest of low classes, like what you see on the movies and shit.
Yeah, right.
And we're like, oh no, like we have to.
Oh.
And I was feeling like shit.
You still got sick.
Yeah. So we were like sitting like outside the train. It was packed and it was early. And we're like, is this our train? We're like, no, it can't be. So we sat there for like half an hour. We're like, no, this is our train. So we hopped on and you're packed in like fucking sardines and like. I was feeling like shit, but the locals are so nice. They all got up out of their seats and like offering us their seats. I was like, fuck, I feel like death. Like, I'm taking it for sure.
Yeah.
But then the toilet was right next to us. And then as the train started going, like the wind from the toilet was just like shit smell was just coming into us for like 3 hours straight.
You're not really selling an Indian.
No, I can sell India if you want me to. And then and then it's just coming in my face. I felt like shit. Like, mate, how I held it together, I can't. I don't know how I did it.
And then where is that when you got to the Taj Mahal?
Nah, so we went to this place and then we went to the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
And then the girl we met before at the hostel, she was there. So we went up to the rooftop and you can see the Taj Mahal in the distance.
It's all symmetrical, isn't it?
Perfectly symmetrical, except for the tombs inside, where he got buried next to his favourite wife.
I do know some things.
Yeah.
I haven't even been to the Taj when I went.
Impressive.
Yeah, did you not go?
We just went southern.
Oh, okay. Oh, because your mum.
Yeah.
It's insane though.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went up to the rooftop. We met with a girl that we met before.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, come meet my friends. So we met them. And there was these 2 English siblings, and like we were just chatting to them, and they were like, I thought they were posh. They claim they're not posh. And I was like, who are these fucking posh twats? So I was like,
I hear the English accent now.
yeah.
I hear the English accent when he says twat.
But yeah, met them, and I thought they were dating.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. And then they found out they were sisters, and I was like, oh, right, yeah. She's alright.
Also, cue before, don't hate English people, just hate them when they follow cricket. Because I hate the English cricket team.
Do ya?
Keep going. Yeah. What do you mean, the Ashes?
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't know, when the Barmy Army and stuff were around, that used to pop off. I used to love that.
No.
And
Yeah.
so one of those
I love
girls
their
is that
passion for
one of those
sport.
girls is that Millie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember I met her, she said, oh, hello, my name's Millie. And I was like, Millie? I'm never going to forget that name, my name's Billy.
Oh, shit, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Yeah, but then but they were leaving that morning, so we just like spoke to them for a couple of hours, and she's like, oh, I was like, oh, you have to get your details and stuff. And she's like hoping to get mine.
You know really good female English voice.
She says I don't. She says
that's
it's
good.
horrible.
It's very authentic.
It's good. Sounds
She
like
says it's
literally
horrible.
like a
That always
kid.
give me confidence.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, get your details. And then I was like, oh, I don't have Instagram. You'll have to grab his. And she's like, oh, okay. Like she wanted to get mine apparently.
Ah.
So she got my mates, and it's like, oh, we'll meet up with you in the next town. So we met up with them in the next town, and apparently she was like talking to her, but I was like, oh, I don't know if that really fancies me or not. And I was like, yeah, I fucking fancied her, but I was shy as. So I was like, I didn't know how to approach it. And then we just like, we got scooters and we were riding around this town, and we were all just like hanging out, drinking every night, but nothing happened for a few nights. And then one day she hopped on my bike, and then she was just like hands on the shoulders for a bit, just on the shoulders.
Just too much.
And then down to the chest.
Yeah, and then they slowly came to around the
Yeah.
stomach, and that's when I thought, I'm in here.
Yeah.
I'm in, and then mate, the rest is history. Oh no, but then I found out she's like, oh, I've got a year working visa in Australia. I was like, oh no way. I was like, where are you going? She's like, Sydney. I was like, I'm in Sydney. She's like, whereabouts in Sydney? She's like, Rose Bay. And I was like, fuck, that's not too far from me.
Yeah, that's enough today.
This is fate.
That'll work.
This is fate.
You'll do.
So yeah, it's fate.
That's
now
mad.
we're in love, and
You were on the phone to her before?
yeah.
Man. Sounds like a lovely girl.
Yeah. Nah,
Shout
she
out
is.
to Millie.
Yeah, shout out Millie.
Shout out,
Like,
Millie.
comment, subscribe.
Nah, she ain't watching this.
Aw.
Nah, she will.
Yeah, she will. Come on.
She will definitely.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to...
What's next for Billy, dude?
We got UFC soon.
Yeah, UFC today.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. Like,
Oh wait, Valentine's Day's on Tuesday. What are
Fuck.
you guys doing?
she's in Melbourne, so
Oh, perfect.
no, but she doesn't come back till like Wednesday or something. So we're not going to celebrate
You lucky
Valentine's.
damn.
Yeah, no, so we're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day till the weekend. But I'm thinking she's vegetarian, so I was thinking I was gonna.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's not a shame, mate. Actually, it's not too bad.
Are you
alright?
vegetarian as well?
No,
No.
Would you eat it? But does she care if you eat meat?
no.
Oh, that's good then. That's
Yeah,
sweet.
but like I don't really.
I had an ex who was like, nah, can't eat meat.
Yeah.
Killing the animal. I'm like, mate, this gut doesn't feel itself, okay? I'm not eating, like, I can't eat plants all day.
Mate, you know what? In India, their country's like 80% vegetarian.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So-
most of the food you eat is vegetarian.
Well, they can't eat beef.
Yeah, they don't eat beef. I mean,
Yeah.
the Christians do. Down south, they eat beef.
Oh, really?
The Muslims don't eat beef.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, I hardly ate meat for a whole month.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, no red meat at all.
Yeah, it's all these like
Didn't touch
weird
red meat.
curries and random breakfast
Dude,
like
they're
thick as
great.
breakfast.
How's the butter chicken over there? I know it's probably not like, cause I know that's like a real Americanized thing, blah, 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 but like, I'm a slut for a butter chicken. How
I've never
got one.
I got it like every restaurant.
Is it? It's not that popular.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Not
it's
at
good,
all,
'cause
'cause the locals
It's
don't
just
eat
a
it.
white thing we do. Eh?
I
We
found
just,
the best one
appropriate
once.
I didn't
technology.
get it.
I am the whitest guy on the northern beaches, so I'm stereotypical. Love butter chicken. I'm a sucker. But you found it. Was it good?
Yeah,
It's
it's
spicy.
like the random pit stop in like a 6-hour drive on the side.
Did you
of
get
the
Deli
road.
Belly?
Nah, I didn't get sick. I'm just strong.
You're foreign.
Nah, that's because you were living the fucking rich
Yeah,
life.
I was doing a completely different trip.
Flex, check, flex, check, flex, check. Diamonds in my fangs, flex, check, flex, check, flex, check, flex.